Hola, bon dia. I'm Kathleen.
And I'm Ross, and thank you for tuning in to our continuing adventure, what it's like to live here in Portugal, where we share our experiences in hopes that you have a better one. And since you've tuned in, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment.
And also below in the descriptions, you will find there are two offerings that we give. And one, if you are thinking about coming to Portugal and coming to Porto, we can help. We have an experience called the Alegria de Viver, which means the joy of living. And we spend a whole afternoon, we start with lunch, and we spend all kinds of fun time helping you decide how it could work for you. We share how we've done it, how we've made friends, how the quality of life works for us. And it's a very personal, very fun afternoon. And we also have a 1-hour video chat if that interests you. And we answer questions and we tailor our time together to help you.
Yeah, and speaking of helping you, this post is all about our living expenses. So we're going to get into, food, buying, going out to eat, medical, etc. So let's get to that. For 2025, our monthly average came to 1,489 euros. And just to be clear, this does not include our rent. We left this out on purpose because rent can be a wide-ranging expense. So this is going to give you the basics of what to expect for utilities, medical care, food and dining out, transportation, household items, and also service fees that you might have for different things like banking and such. And in the document below, we've kept these numbers for 2022, 2023, 2024, so you get an idea of what the yearly increases have been. And also, I think you're going to be surprised at what the expenses are for two retired individuals here in Porto. Now, when we got ready to move to Portugal, as we were researching it, we did a lot of looking into the expenses. And one of the things that we used that was really...
We used Numbeo. Yeah. And Numbeo is a great way to compare the cost of living between the city where you are now in the United States, if that's where you are, let's just say that you desire to compare it with Porto. It has all that. It also compares the quality of living, not just the cost, but the quality of life, because that's important too. And so check out Numbeo, Numbeo.
So let's start with utilities. That can be a varying expense, but on average, we do around 75 euros a month for electricity, 20 euros a month for water, and about 70 euros a month for our Wi-Fi, 2 cell phones, TV, and a landline. That's all for 70 euros. But let's go back to electric. We live in a very small 1-bedroom apartment. It's 350 square feet. And we have a standalone heater, and we also have a standalone AC unit and a dehumidifier. So our goal was to keep our space small in order to keep some of our expenses down, in particular utility expenses. And that's working fairly well.
It works pretty well. So I have something I'd like to add to this. We had spent a lot of energy in the United States downsizing. For a variety of reasons, we decided to get rid of our vehicles, and that we wanted to have a smaller place and less expensive, just on and on. And when we moved here, we got ready to move here, where we wanted to live was in the city center. Well, in this city, as in many other cities, it's more pricey to get apartments in the city center, where it's all vibrant and all the action is, and all the history, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so we made it work out by searching for a smaller apartment. And we could do that. we knew that we were able to live in a smaller space.
Right.
If we chose a bigger space, the tendency would be to fill it right up again with more stuff and more furniture and like what we just got finished dealing with. It's like, do we really want to do that again? So it reins us in on the shopping. It keeps us from spending unnecessarily, and it keeps the costs of our utilities lower, and it's worked out really great for us.
It has, and just a reminder, we are on fixed income, Social Security and a pension, and that we've been able to live on quite comfortably for the 4 years that we've been here. So that's the utilities. Now let's talk about medical insurance and medical costs. So everybody that's an expat or a temporary citizen here, a temporary resident, has to have private medical insurance. And we got it through our bank when we first signed up with our bank and got our account going, and we're with Medish. And it costs right now for the two of us, that's both of us, this is a total for both of us, like 143 euros a month. And it has been great. And we also are connected with the public health system. So we work those two together, and that has been really, really a benefit for us. Now, medical care, you're going to see an extra expense. That's for like, we buy vitamins and supplements. That's for any co-pays with our private insurance or eyeglasses, things like that.
Yeah. One more thing to add, prescription drugs from a doctor are way more affordable here, surprisingly affordable.
Yes.
Over-the-counter meds are the other way. It's so much more expensive, and you only can get smaller amounts. If you're used to going to Costco and getting a great big jar of something, that's not going to happen here. It's different.
All right, let's talk about food and dining out. The food, you're going to see in the document under groceries, everything that we buy at the grocery store for our house is included in that. And then we love dining out, but I'm going to let Kathleen talk about some of that.
Well, here's the thing. Just around the whole world, prices have raised up at the market, at the grocery store. So, but here's the deal. We're so fortunate to have the freshest, amazing food. It is so fresh and so awesome, and so much of it is seasonal. And then we do like to go out to some of the local restaurants. As a matter of fact, one of our favorite places is a small family-run Portuguese restaurant, and we love all the people that work there, and we love their food. And when we first moved here, yes, their food, their prices were lower, and they have raised up just like everybody else has, but it's still the very best deal, because if we go for lunch, we can get a prato de dia, which means the lunch of the day or the plate of the day, which is soup and beverage like wine or soda or whatever that you want to drink, a beer. And you get your entree, you get your prato principal, your main dish, you get coffee. What did I leave out?
Nothing.
And it's so affordable.
And also for dining out, we average somewhere around 140 euros a month, which, that can be like a couple of times a week that we go out for lunch. And it is, again, a wonderful lifestyle to have and continues to be very affordable. All right, let's talk transportation. First of all, we do not own a vehicle, which makes a big difference as far as an impact on our budget. It also gets us to connect more with our neighborhood. Of course, we have an extensive and wonderful metro system here in Porto. A lot of expats, maybe they use it more, they'll get a monthly pass. I think it can be like 30 euros or 40 euros, depending on your age and what areas you're using it in. We do not have a monthly card because we do not use the metro that much. We walk most everything. So we're actually saving money by buying tickets as we use them. However,
the city of Porto last year, and this is the second year they've been doing this, we have a card called the Porto card. We had to prove that we're residents of the city. and they send us digitally. We download it onto our card on our phone from our phone. 22 rides each on the metro, and that's amazing. It's a promotion thing, and this is the second year they've been doing it. It's like, here you guys go. Here's 22 rides. Wow, that is perfect because we don't really ride that much. No. We really love the metro, but while awesome. We are still able to walk as much as we do, it's good for us to make sure if we can walk to something, we're gonna walk. Yeah.
And what about Comboios, Portugal?
And the trains. Oh, there's another great thing. We love our trains, and the trains get you all over the country. And for older people, seniors get half-price tickets, always.
Household goods and miscellaneous items is its own animal. We do keep track of that to kind of monitor the expenditures, but there's things in there like our air conditioning unit, dehumidifier, and just haircuts, that's one of them. We purposely left out like gifts for family and friends in the U.S. and any of our trips to the U.S. because again, that is something that is your own personal situation. The last item concerns monthly fees and service fees. This would be like your bank fees, credit card fees. If you belong to anything like we belong or members of PBS, we also have some other services like iCloud and VPN. These all impact our budget and are listed in the document below. So in wrapping up, again, our monthly expense for 2025 on an average comes to 1,489 euros a month, and we purposely left out our rent expense. What you will do is take what we do on an average. If you're looking at places to rent, take that rent and just tag it on to our monthly expenses, and that'll give you a pretty good idea for a family of two what it will cost you to live here in Porto. As always, thank you for tuning in and taking the time to watch our video and learn more about what it's like to live here in Portugal.
And make sure that you go to the documents down below because in the descriptions you're going to find all the material we just gave you. It's all written right there. Plus, you can learn more about our Alegria de Viver experience and also our hour-long video chat.
And if you have any questions, you can always email us at ourcontinuingadventure@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, and hopefully someday we'll be out here at one of the cafes sharing a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or whatever. So I think we've nailed this one, or I think this is pretty good. Maybe we didn't nail it, but hopefully we did.
We tried.
And if you've watched us before, you know what you're waiting for.
What adventure are you on today?